Scariest extinct animals of ancient history. In the last 4 billion years, there has been life on Earth, and there has been a lot of it that has been terrifying. I am sure we will all have nightmares tonight because of how well evolved life has been. And to show you how well evolution has been able to slowly change the ferocious animals into something that is at least eye-catching, we made this video. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Hello and welcome back to Museum Media. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to never miss more of these interesting videos. That being said, let's begin with our number 5, Basilosaurus. Although whales have been traditionally ocean dwellers, their ancestors lived on the land for most of their evolutionary history, and they moved to the water about 50 million years ago. They had some awkward in-between years before they became whales we know and love today. And by awkward, I mean horrifying. Look at Basilosaurus. By viewing his 3-foot skull in our Evolving Planet exhibit, you can get a sense of how big he once was. Recent studies suggest this 60-foot leviathan had a bite force comparable to T-Rex, which is put to good use cracking open the skulls of other, smaller whales. In fact, you can see Basilosaurus tooth marks on their skulls. Number 4, Neuropsis. So if you put your arm out, there are about 28 inches between your fingertips and your shoulder, which also happens to be the wingspan of the biggest insect ever. Neuropsis lived 250 to 300 million years ago, and they resembled enormous dragonflies. Technically, they're griffin flies, not dragonflies. Many scientists debate the reason these insects evolved to be so big. Some think insects are limited in size by the amount of oxygen they can take in, so the concentration of oxygen in the atmosphere determines their size. This is due to the fact that atmospheric oxygen levels were higher during the Permian, which allowed these insects to grow to enormous sizes. There are other scientists that think they were able to grow big simply because they didn't have airborne predators like birds that could pick on them. In any case, you definitely want a fly swatter the size of a mattress if these critters were buzzing all around you. Number 3, Ferocious Chomper. Assume a great white shark whose mouth is made up of a staple remover, and you get an idea of what the Dunkleosteus looked like. During the days of its heyday, which is about 420 million years ago, this armored fish was one of the largest and fiercest meat eaters in the sea at that time. Rather than chomping with teeth like a shark, this predator sliced through other armored fish with enormous jaws made of sharpened, bony plates. According to Whitfield, given a scientific calculation of the animal's bite, Dunkleosteus could have used a bite that exerted more than 1,100 pounds of force on prey. Number 2, Arthropleura, the giant centipede. Have you ever been frightened by centipedes? If so, you need to meet Arthropleura. Similar to the centipede in just about every aspect, except one: size. It is believed that Arthropleura, with over 7.5 feet of jointed ribs, was over 10 times bigger than the centipede. At the time, Arthropleura was the largest known species of invertebrate, approximately 340 to 280 million years ago. It roamed the Earth during the Lower Carboniferous period up to the Lower Permian period in today's North America. Although these creatures were herbivores, they were so huge that they had no predators, and they were free to scurry around the forest floor, being generally scary. Just thinking about it makes you nauseous, right? Anyway, jumping on the last one. Number 1, Thylacophilus. In the present day, the most scary marsupials have to be opossums, I guess. But back in the good old days of the Upper Miocene, which is nearly 5 million years ago, that title belonged to a creature named Thylacophilus. Despite looking like saber-toothed cats, these ferocious predators were actually part of an extinct group known as Sparassodonts, which are closely related to marsupials living today. They live in what is now South America and were discovered by the Field Museum paleontologist Elmer Riggs in the 1920s. The climate change is a big factor directly affecting predators and has a bigger effect on prey. As prey types changed and more predators showed up, Thylacophilus wasn't as efficient as it used to be. Attrition of living in a world that was becoming more difficult to live in could have ultimately brought an end to the existence of Thylacophilus and led to its extinction. And that's it for today's video. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more such content, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.